go or spread out, but any British Prime Minister who's served for 10 years or more.
OK, thank you very much. Sue and Chris, you get to go first again.
Well, I don't think we can go past the Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher.
OK, you're going to say Margaret Thatcher. Liz and Katie.
How long did Tony Blair, how long was he in charge for? Because he came in '97, didn't he?
Churchill. How long did Churchill do? He did more than 10 years, I'm sure.
Would that be more obvious than
Margaret
Thatcher?
I think we're going to have to go between Tony Blair or Winston Churchill. So, what do we think is going to be more obscure? We'll go with... let's go with Winston Churchill.
Really?
Really.
OK.
We're going to go...
On your head,
Winston Churchill, on your head, Liz, be it.
Okay.
Katie has spoken.
OK, I'm sorry.
OK, so we have Margaret Thatcher and Winston Churchill, two little-known prime ministers. Sue and Chris, Margaret Thatcher, you went first, so let's put that to the test first. Let's see how many people said Margaret Thatcher. Oh, 87. Liz and Katie have said Winston Churchill. Let's see if that's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Winston Churchill. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Winston Churchill. That point goes to Sue and Chris. They are now through to the final. Richard.
Yeah, that's tough luck. Winston Churchill was only Prime Minister for 8 years. If you'd said Tony Blair, you'd be through to the final because he scored 68 points. He was Prime Minister for 10 years. There are a number of other answers here, some obscure ones. Well done if you've got any of these. Let's take a look. The Marquess of Salisbury, Henry Pelham, Earl of Liverpool, all of those are pointless answers. Lord North, Sir Robert Walpole, who is the longest-serving Prime Minister of all, I think 21 years. Some more familiar names coming up. Pitt the Younger would have scored you 6 points, Gladstone 7 points, and the big answers there, Tony Blair 68 and Margaret Thatcher 87. The most obvious answer of all, but it's just got you through to the final.
So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Liz and Katie. Who'd have thought Winston Churchill was under 10 years?
Yeah.
Did you know any of the other more obscure names?
Not got a clue. Hadn't heard of any of them, would you?
No, not really. No. Yeah.
God,
No.
Walpole. God, if you didn't like him, 21 years.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't it?
Oh, imagine if you hated him from day one. Liz and Katie, well done for getting on this far, but sadly, I'm afraid we have to say goodbye to you now. You've been fantastic contestants. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for Sue and Chris, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win £1,000. So, congratulations, Sue and Chris. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. It's what you came down from County Durham for. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, which at the end of today's show stands at £1,000. Well, the rules are very simple. All you need to win the money is to find a pointless answer that no one else could think of. Now, we haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You just have to find one to go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category from these three options. And you can go for motorsport, India, or the Oscars. Motorsports, India, or the Oscars. Sue, looking troubled by that. Chris, looking intrigued.
Very intrigued. If it went motorsport and it went back a little while, we might get some. India, I haven't got a clue. Geography's not good. And Oscars, it's a very wide field. What would you like to pick?
Oh, anything. You pick.
I think we're going to have to go for the Oscars, do you think?
Yeah.
Because it's film and we might stand a chance?
There might be one there that we know.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to go with Oscars?
The Oscars.
Yeah.
OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many people who have hosted the Oscars as they could. People who've hosted the Oscars. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any person who has hosted or co-hosted the Oscars, the Academy Awards ceremony, from the very first one in 1929 through to 2010. There are a lot of names on the list, and there are a lot of pointless answers there as well.
You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to do to win that £1,000 is to find an answer that is pointless. Just one of those answers needs to be pointless. Your 60 seconds starts now.
Well, I wish it had been films, I don't know, hosts.
Yes, but would they be actors that hosted it, or are they like presenters that hosted it? We could go for somebody like Jack Nicholson. He might have done it, because I think he could host something. What was that famous host on television who did a chat show?
Letterman.
Yes, what's his first name?
John Letterman, is it?
Yeah,
Somebody
we'll
like
go
that.
for those two. Now we need a third one.
Would somebody like...
Female?
Yeah.
Any famous female
Would
ones?
Elizabeth Taylor done it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll go for
I don't
those,
know.
eh?
I haven't a clue, really.
Oprah Winfrey? Would she host something?
I don't know. She could have done.
Yeah. I can't go back any further.
No,
No.
I don't think...
Okay, that's your minute up.
I'd won this.
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one.
It is tough.
So 3 answers. If you give me 3 answers, we'll put them up on the board and see. You never know.
Yeah.
You might just land on a pointless one.
Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. We'll go for Oprah Winfrey. She seems to have done a lot.
Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. And...
Oh, somebody like Joan Rivers.
yeah. We'll go Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers. Which of those do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Joan Rivers. No, we'll go Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers, we'll put her up third.
Oprah. And we'll go for Jack Nicholson.
So Jack Nicholson first.
Yes.
We'll put him first. Okay, Jack Nicholson, Oprah Winfrey, Joan Rivers. So let's put those up on the board in that order. Jack Nicholson, Oprah Winfrey, and Joan Rivers. There they are. They look quite good on the board now, don't they?
They look very good.
Very good. Just one of those needs to be a pointless answer for you to win that £1,000. Okay, we were looking for people who have hosted the Oscars. This was your least confident answer. You only need one of these to be pointless, and you will win that £1,000 jackpot. Let's see how many people said your first answer. Jack Nicholson.
Next year.
Next year.
Next year.
Bad luck. I'm afraid Jack Nicholson is incorrect, so it's not a pointless answer. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. That was a real punt. You just said he might have done it. You said he'd be quite good.
Yes, they would.
We need to learn the difference between casting sessions and quiz shows here. But yes, you're right. If you're watching any of the American Academy, Jack Nicholson, quite a good idea. Hasn't done it yet. We are looking for people who have hosted the Oscars. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, which is Oprah Winfrey. Likely, I'd have thought. Likely.
I could see you doing it.
I could see her doing it. Let's see how many people said Oprah Winfrey for £1,000.
Wow. Isn't that a
Bad
surprise?
luck.
Yeah.
But I think that was a better kind of incorrect than Jack Nicholson.
Well, we're getting
Do you know what I mean?
better.
I think we're getting closer to the target here. Sadly, though, it was incorrect. Not a pointless answer. You only have one final chance to win today's jackpot. We are looking, in case you'd forgotten, for people who have hosted the Oscars. You said this was the answer you were most confident in. Joan Rivers. See, I can see her doing it. Definitely. Sure she's done it. Joan Rivers. This has to be pointless. Has to be correct.
Yeah.
Has to be correct. That's the first mountain to climb. If it's correct, I reckon we're going all the way down. But sadly, that's just me, not the 100 people we asked. Or indeed, the truth. Let's see if she's a correct answer, and if she is, let's see if she's pointless. Joan Rivers. Oh, no!
Never mind.
Unfortunately, Joan Rivers, also an incorrect answer. You didn't manage to find that crucial pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £1,000, which rolls over to the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do get to take home our pointless trophy, after all.
Thank you.
So, Richard, some answers, some correct answers and some pointless answers.
Yeah, I thought they were all good guesses. Joan Rivers, of course, does a lot of red carpet stuff outside the Oscars, so she's always there, but she's never actually hosted it. Let's take a look at some of the more well-known pointless answers. Frank Capra hosted it in the same year that he won Best Picture. Dudley Moore hosted it. Gene Kelly would have been a pointless answer, as would Fred Astaire. Paul Hogan hosted it. That must have been a long night. Sammy Davis Jr. also hosted it. He was a pointless answer. And Laurence Olivier, Diana Ross,
Donald Duck.
Donald
Donald
Duck.
Duck.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't say Donald Duck.
Well, we'll never forget that one, mind, will we, Donald Duck?
Remember that.
So very well done if you've got any of those at home.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Sue and Chris. It's been great having you on the show. Thank you both for playing. Fantastic contestants.
Enjoyed it, thank you.
So nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £2,000. There it is. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.